to the future, too, could become reality. Former Rays manager agreed on a 5-year, $25 million deal with the Cubs, and they dismissed Renteria on Friday, said goodbye to Renteria. He's gone. He can't do managing worth a plug nickel. Anyway, following one season with the club, after 3 seasons focusing on rebuilding, the Cubs shifted their direction, and now they are going to be more competitive, hiring for Madden. A 2-time American League manager, a year in Tampa Bay, Madden guided the Rays to 6 winning seasons for 9 years in the American League East, reaching the World Series in 2008. Cubs president, baseball operations Theo Epstein interviewed Madden for the Red Sox job in 2003, but instead picked Terry Francona. But they made more major league managerial experience. Francona led Boston to a 2 World Series championship, but they picked Joe, and he was interviewed over a decade ago over this job. And Epstein says he's now reached a new level. So let's hope that we get a decent manager out of this guy. He is a combination of just about being everything, according to look for in a manager. Quoting, I don't know who I'm quoting here, but anyway, the Cubs dismissed Renteria after 1 season, not because of anything he did, although I would think otherwise, and what Epstein believes Madden can do. Friday, Epstein said to Madden he may not be as well suited as anyone in the industry, but he can manage challenges that lie ahead. So, boy, I'm happy about that. I think it's about time we get some decent manager in there. Really, I think it is. It's seriously about freaking time. It really is. Anyway, other sports, Minnesota Vikings star Adrian Peterson avoiding jail time on Tuesday in a plea agreement reached by the prosecution to resolve his child abuse case. Peterson pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge and pleaded no contest to this. Reckless assault under a deal that Montgomery County State District Judge Kelly Case approved during the court hearing. And no contest plea isn't an admission of guilt, but is treated as such for sentencing. So technically, I guess what they're going to do is to plead no contest charge. Now, the All-Pro running back is indicted back in September for a felony charge of injury to a child after he used a wooden switch for discipline on his 4-year-old son. Earlier this year, suburban Houston, the case derived from a debate of corporal punishment, which is on decline in the U.S., but still widely practiced in some homes and schools. Outside the courthouse, after accepting the plea deal, Peterson told reporters that he regretted what happened to his son. He stated that I stand here in full responsibility for my actions, quote unquote. I love my son and then anyone who could even imagine, and I'm anxious to continue my relationship with my child. He goes on to say that I'm just glad this is over and I can put this behind me and me and my family can continue forward. Peterson is not allowed to be anywhere near his son, though, while this case is pending. A plea agreement will allow him, though, to have contact with the boy. So I guess he's being allowed to do that. So that's a good thing. And finally, Phil Mickelson. If you want to live in Phil Mickelson's house, you can, if you can afford it. Once again, Rancho Santa Fe, California home on sale for nearly it's a 9,200 square foot house, and it's back on the market. The Tucson style home sits at 4.55 acres, multiple buildings. Main home has 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms. Features include a den, media room, wine cellar, billiard room, exercise room, and there's plenty of attention to detail in this house as well, including a, what do they call that, Baccarat crystal, sterling fixtures, Calcutta, Oro, marble. Well, you know, this is a home that belongs to a pro golfer, okay? Why wouldn't it? Gotta tell you, anyway, the backyard looks beautiful. Just got a huge pool, one of those infinity pools, which I think are cool. Have you ever seen these infinity swimming pools? They are cool. I mean, they are awesome. I mean, wow. Anyway, and what was the price on that home, real quick, before I close off? Price of that home. I think it was $6 million. $6 million home. Wow. Phil Mickelson. Yeah, he's well on this way to, yeah, wow, that's big. Anyway, let's see, sports scores real quick. I don't think there's any NBA. You know, the Bulls start playing basketball, and yesterday, November 3rd, Indianapolis, the final score, Indianapolis really hammered New York Giants 40-24. My Steelers won too. Big game. I recorded that game and I thought, what the heck, might as well just tell the score. Pittsburgh 43, Baltimore 23, and that was awesome. Some of the other scores in the football league: Seattle over Oakland 30-24, New England 43, Denver 21. So Denver got walloped. San Francisco lost to St. Louis 13-10. Philadelphia 31, Houston 21. Yeah, the Washington. Yeah, we want to be politically correct here. 29-26, they got beaten by Minnesota. And those are some of the scores. For most of the NBA scores, just look on your website there, NFL.com. And there you'll see it. Bright and blue and beautiful. And there you'll, yeah. Okay. All right, well, I'm running out of time on this segment, so I want to say here about 8 minutes, a little under 8 minutes left. So that's Sports Page on the Gary Russen Program on GJRB. Sports Page, part of the Gary Russen Program. And, oh, yeah, you know, I was remembering this, and I have not forgotten, and I have promised this, and it probably won't happen till next year now. I was going to do a new show, a sports talk show called Gary J's Sports Page. Kind of trying to learn how to do a sports talk show. I haven't really dealt with that just yet, so I'm kind of holding that show off for a while. It might not premiere until next year, but I'm going to try to see what we can do about December. We got a lot going on in December, December being our holiday month, so it's best to just postpone that to January. So when we get back with our regular program in January, because January is kind of a freestyle month, kind of like December and January are freestyle months, because we're going through that little hiatus period. The only thing that will be on the air in January, the Gary Russen Program, the last 7 days, church services, way out there in the Gary Russen Program, a few music shows, but other than that, we're not going to be kind of on a little hiatus, bit of reruns. You know how the hiatus month goes. It's December and January is going to be rerun month. And, of course, we're going to do whatever, whenever. Gary Russen Program, something live. But pretty much it's going to be a freestyle month. And we're going to promote new shows. I test new shows in our freestyle month. That's what I do. So December and January are my freestyle months, and of course that's our bye month. So it's just pretty much reruns and the Gary Russen Program. And our main shows only air, but our other shows don't air as we go. Some of our more extensive shows don't air, and we work on the new schedule. So that's how I do that. Work on building up our shows for February, for our spring season. So I'm usually working that in January. So it's basically just freestyle shows and promoting new shows, testing new shows. So that's pretty much what we do in December and January. Of course, December is American Christmas Jukebox, our annual running of the Christmas Carol, and holiday church services, and a whole lot more. So that's pretty much what we do in December, and get you ready for the holidays. So that's how that goes. And so I'm just going to kind of talk here a little bit before we get to the end here, and then I'm going to close up. But that's pretty much how that's going to go. So that's pretty much how I fixate my month. I usually set it up now. Like I said before, this is going to be our only full schedule month. And then next month, we're going to be going into our freestyle month. That's our sky the limit, whatever goes on month. And that's when we set up for new programming for the spring season. So our fall season will be over, and I'll be testing new shows. And like I said, American Christmas Jukebox, our annual running of the Christmas Carol, all that, and reruns of our fall programming will be part of that deal. So that's how we do it. And then we clean up and start for a brand new season in January and February and March. So that's how that works, okay? Alrighty. No responses today, and no one really on. So I'm going to keep on doing what I did. I like that idea. I post everything on my Spreaker page, and what I do is I go to my Spreaker and I embed some stuff, and I put it on every single one just to get my audience share, and I try to get 50% more into my audience by sharing on Twitter, Facebook, on my Google Plus, and it's just so that I can get more of an audience out there. That's the whole purpose of this thing, and I just try to make it so that I get more audience participation is what I'm looking for. So there we go. So we'll keep on doing that. And don't forget that on Friday is going to be our freestyle show anyhow, and that's going to be where we're going to do more with freestyle stuff, doing various things with the show, and adding your opinion and opening up the chat rooms early and all that good stuff. So that's pretty much what we're doing, and let you, the radio audience, participate. That's the whole deal. That's it for the Gary Russen Program. Our first show will be back again on Friday for another edition. And don't forget, tomorrow I'll be recording my Best of the Gary Russen Program. That'll be on over the weekend. Have yourself a great day, great evening, and we'll talk to you on Friday for another freestyle edition of the Gary Russen Program. Until then, have your best night ever. So long, everyone. After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on GJR Be Online. Attention, emerging bands and artists. Up and Coming is back, and on more often. I'm talking about the main show, featuring all genres. Send me your band's recordings or let me know where you're at, whether you're on SoundCloud, SoundClick, or Reverb Nation. and I will play them on Up and Coming. Listen for details on how your band